Hi everyone, good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscriptions. This is the daily forecast for all signs. It is a collective reading, so I do speak in broad terms. You have to figure out if and where it fits in your life, if at all. If for some reason it doesn't make sense, it doesn't fit, that's okay. Nothing's broken or wrong. You just might be working on something different at this time. This reading is originally created for Tuesday, November 22nd. The first day of Sagittarius season, I believe. And it is not solely set for that date. If you're seeing it on a different date, by all means, if it makes sense, utilize it. I do believe that readings can be timeless and find us when we need them rather than when they were originally created for. If you're new, please check out the drop-down menu underneath any of the daily readings. In there is some housekeeping rules, what decks I'm using at the time, how to contact me via social media or follow me or contact me for a private reading, and also simple ways to support the channel. Please hit the thumbs up button if you enjoy the content. Subscribe to the channel, leave me a question or comment, I do read them all, and share the video out if you'd like. And with that being said, I also want to let you know that if you see me talking about cards that you don't see in this reading, I'm referring back to the Sunday underpinning energy, which is the video that will populate in the lower left-hand corner of this video at the end. You can check that out too. It just kind of shows what's at play underneath the cards we're looking at today. All right, so let's see what's going on today. We have the Five of Cups. Okay, now, what I want to say about this is yesterday's reading was the Tower, and the reading before that, or the underpinning energy in the early part of the week, is the Nine of Swords. And I really have a feeling, for those of you that watch regularly, that this Tower situation is going on around us because of the clarifiers that we've been experiencing and the hip-hop oracle cards that we've been experiencing. And I feel that this Five of Cups is that situation coming like to an end, right? Or this is the fallout of that Tower, right? Whether this is our Five of Cups, where we're feeling sad or upset having watched somebody go through something that was hard for them, or realizing that because the foundation of that Tower, whatever the situation, relationship, person to us was, maybe, maybe they can't stay on or exist any longer. We might be feeling emotional about that, or they might be going through these emotions. It's really weird to me because I feel like these cards are for somebody else. And that's not normally how I read these, but I feel like the tarot cards for these first few, like the first two cards of the Sunday reading felt like somebody else, and this card here and yesterday's Tower feels like it's happening to somebody else. Thing is I feel like we're being told with all of the earth energy in the clarifiers to be patient and grounded and like supportive to them while they go through this process. And I feel like this process is them emotionally maybe healing from whatever's been uprooted, whatever they've had to deal with. And maybe this is you, right? For some of you, if what I'm saying in reference to somebody else is exactly what you're going through or feeling, then by all means take this reading as yours, these cards as yours. But I get this sense that this is us watching from the sidelines as we watch somebody pick through the pieces of whatever, emotionally, of whatever their Tower was. The one thing I like about this is the darkness of the clouds moving away and that sun peeking out says to me that the emotional turmoil is soon coming to an end, or that they are finding their answers amidst the chaos that they maybe have just gone through, both mentally and also maybe potentially situationally in their material environment. I do feel like the Four of Cups sitting there, fours to me always represent foundational strength. And we might find ourselves either being foundationally strong for someone else that we care deeply about who's gone through something major, or we might be being that Four of Cups for ourselves in the sense of finding foundational strength within our emotional process as we go through sort of the sense of loss or sadness of the shift that took place and the thoughts or feelings that we needed to release and let go, right? So be aware of that today. I think that this is actually like normally the Five of Cups does not feel like a healing card. To me, this feels like this is healing. To me, this feels like somebody or something, or maybe it's us that is transforming emotionally, and we're seeing like the by going through the work, by feeling the emotions, by sitting with them and really examining them, we're actually finding the new dawn. The clouds are clearing and we will be through this at some point. Fives are always transitory. Remember that, right? So if we are feeling some sort of emotional upheaval, loss, or whatever, setback, or we're watching somebody that we care about feel it, be there and be strong for them while they go through it, but let them have their process, is my feeling. That's really what I feel like is going on here. I don't know why I'm feeling like these tarot cards are related to somebody outside of us this week. Usually they feel more about us and the viewers. Let's see what the hip hop oracle queens are. So we have Roxanne Shante Defense. Now she's got these boxing gloves on. I feel like, honestly, because she does not have a mean face to me, I feel like this is us looking out and watching guard, holding space for whoever is going through this Five of Cups moment. If this is us going through this Five of Cups moment, we have the ability to feel safe and protected. I don't know why I get this funny feeling that this could even be our spirit guides on some level, just kind of watching out for us if it's us that's going through this moment. But I also get a feeling that this card to me feels like us as the viewers, holding space for somebody, guarding their periphery, defending their periphery as they go through their process because we love them so much. That's the feeling I get. So if somebody around you is experiencing loss or setback, or if it's you, you're safe to feel that, to sit with it, to examine it, and that if anybody comes and crosses over your boundary or treads beyond that, you can and will defend yourself, or your guides will kick some serious ass. I don't know why I get this guide kind of feeling from her, but she almost feels like a spirit guide to me. For those of you that might be dealing with a situation alone or feeling like there's nobody around me to protect me, we are protected is the feeling that I get with Roxanne Shante. Let's read Roxanne's story really quick. Ah, God, she's such an emotional Pisces, this one behind the camera. Come on, Roxanne Shante, where are you, girl? Okay. Defense. Intimidation, force, strong will, overbearingness. At the age of 14, Roxanne Shante took on one of the most prominent rap groups in the 80s, UTFO, with her track Roxanne's Revenge, challenging them for berating women. It became her calling card, as Shante quickly moved from local legend in Queens to one of hip-hop's first real battle rappers. A touchstone even for today's finest MCs. While Roxanne Shante wasn't always given the credit she deserved, her 2017 biopic, Roxanne, brought her a shine that, after 30 plus years, was the sweetest revenge. A few things to keep in mind when you pull the Roxanne Shante card. For starters, you may need to have your dukes up. If tension is in the air, you can feel the turmoil brewing. Chill. And that's this idea of chilling while somebody else's turmoil is brewing in that Five of Cups. You are well equipped to shield yourself from whatever storm may come and ultimately pass. If you come on too strong, you might burn bridges that you should have never met your matchbook, so fire off strategically. If you're holding insecurities about not receiving the respect you deserve, remember there are a million ways to approach it. You have to stand your ground on disagreeable affairs, but be mindful to temper that rage. I don't get rage from her. I get more of like a motherly, nurturing aspect from her. So I'm going to see what the clarifiers are about really quick, and we'll see what's going on here. We have the Ace of Swords. So there is a truth here in this emotionality of this card. There's a truth that I almost want to feel like comes out of the Tower, out of the Nine of Swords that we see in Sunday's reading, right? That underpins all of this. One sword reigns supreme, and that sword is victorious. It's clean, clear, unexpected, and true, honest, and actually a gift, is my feeling. It cuts through the bullshit. It's almost what cuts that cloud away and lets the sun shine through in that Five of Cups, right? I also feel like this Ace of Swords is clarity, finally. Whether it's emotional clarity for someone else or ourselves, there's a clarity that comes with this, a new way of thinking. And remember, in the Sunday reading, the midweek card is the Prince of Swords, which is the Knight of Swords, which I said in the Sunday reading, a truth is going to be delivered, right? And I got this feeling that those two cards were about the confusion of someone else and maybe them finally delivering the truth by the midweek. This might be the oncoming of that truth through the emotional introspection that the Five of Cups provides, right? We have the Seven of Pentacles, which is about patience. This is about, like what Roxanne's card was, is like, don't fire off, don't get too crazy, don't get too loud, protect them, love them from the sideline in a way, right? Understand that things need nurturing, things need time, things need patience for the harvest to come in, right? And contemplation and grounding, again, this is another Pentacles card. So all of these clarifiers to me have felt very strong. They feel more like they're about us rather than, you know, I don't know, like it feels like it's somebody else's situation that we're dealing with or watching or assessing while we move through this week, right? The Seven of Pentacles would indicate, you know, timing being right, being patient, really examining what's the next step to grow this in the right direction. The truth is here with the Ace of Swords, right? And the truth may still be coming through the Knight of Swords in the midweek. The Ace is the realization of that. And so this Ace could belong, if that person in the Five of Cups is separate from us, this could be their realization, and us patiently waiting, tending to what we need to tend to. My ear is ringing, my left ear is ringing like wildfire right now. While this is us tending to the next steps to nurture the growth in a situation or for a person. We don't necessarily want to do the lessons for them or teach them or heal them per se. We want them to heal themselves, but we can be there to hold court for them, keep them safe, help them feel supported. But this is not ours, this is theirs, right? And then the last card is the Two of Swords. Two of Swords oftentimes is associated with a clear no. But what I like about this, what I find interesting, is I feel a defensiveness here, like in Roxanne's card. I feel like this is maybe us sitting in front of the water with our two swords, kind of intuitively making sure that nothing comes to harm to this, no more harm comes to this situation, whether it's us going through it or another person. Does that make sense? We're shoring up our mind. Oftentimes the Two of Swords can be like indecision or no, that sort of a thing. But what I'm feeling here is this is like, if we're going through the Five of Cups, or if we've watched somebody go through the Five of Cups and we're kind of holding space for them and trying to make sure that no further harm comes. This too says, no, you too shall not pass, right? Like, you're not going to hurt me any further, or this is not going to go anywhere it doesn't need to go anymore. It's almost like, I feel like the Two of Swords is guarding the situation in a way. So that maybe the truth of that Ace of Swords can come out for either you or the other party, depending on who's going through this situation. The Seven of Pentacles also would indicate that contemplation, staying grounded, and looking at what we've got in front of us will also kind of help us to find this truth of the Ace of Swords. Does that make sense? I feel protection with the Two of Swords, which is not normally a protective card, but I do feel protection, safety, and security, listening to our intuition with that moon and the blindfold, and our emotions. All that water behind her represents kind of like the emotions being at peace, protecting our emotions through our mind, like no longer putting up with the wackiness of that Nine of Swords and whatever that brought with it. Now, here is the grounding stone for the day. It is believe. So if you are going through this Five of Cups or Nine of Swords energy, or you're watching somebody else go through it and you're wanting to step in, help them, solve it, fix it, heal them, don't. Believe that in yourself or in the situation, in the feelings, in the emotions, in the thoughts, and allow them to show you what they are, why they are, And then believe in yourself that you can do the work, find the clarity, and defend yourself in a way that is productive, safe, secure, and more clear. Does that make sense? There is a truth here that needs to be found, sought out, worked upon, and defended potentially. But we have to believe in ourselves enough, or in this person, this situation that might be emotionally set back right now or going through a hard time, that they too will come through and find their clarity. And we can have the strength and the belief in them or ourselves to be strong enough to just hold space for them and keep ourselves or them secure during this time. Does that make sense? I think that that completely makes sense. And I hope that these are resonating with you. I'm pre-taping these because I'll be traveling, so please leave me comments and let me know. Again, that's your reading. Please like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel, share the video out. Let me know if they're resonating and leave me a comment. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow to see how this transforms. Have a wonderful day and take care. Bye-bye.